The AYCM is an initiative that started about 2 months ago in the lead up for COP18. So as you know, this is the first COP that actually happens in an Arab country, and climate change has been really a big deal in affecting the Arab countries in the past recent years, but it has not had that much importance when compared to the other issues like economy, let's say agriculture, like health, education. So people did not really focus a lot on climate change because they did not know how much it has been affecting the Arab countries. And we are a movement of youth from 20 Arab countries. We have decided that it's time to actually stand up and let our governments, our leaders, our institutions, and our people know that we are affected by climate change. And that's why a group of us have met already in Cairo to prepare this new NGO, and they actually established it less than 2 months ago, and now we're trying to push the Arab countries, push our negotiators to make a pledge. We're pushing Qatar to pledge to find solutions for the climate change, and so for the Arab countries.
And how much success have you been having? What have your leaders been saying when you've been talking to various governments around the Arab region when you talk about climate change? What sort of response have you been getting?
Well, their first response always depends on maybe the popularity of climate change in our countries. They go like, no, we don't really have many people asking us about climate change. So basically they think that it's not important at the beginning. But once they see how many people are involved in this, once they see how youth are actually getting more interested in this topic in climate change, that's when they kind of start shifting their mind, and the status quo tries to move in from here and there. And hopefully in this COP, we're going to push it to where it has never been pushed before, especially that the Arab countries are the main oil and gas producer in the world. So we're trying to have solutions for the effects that are going to be happening in our countries.
And many people have said, why are we having a climate conference here in Qatar? It's got the highest per capita emissions on the planet. It's inappropriate. We shouldn't be having it here. What would be your response to that, and how do you think this conference could I guess, change perceptions of climate change in this country?
Actually, I think that's the point that gives hope. The country that emits all that carbon into the air is actually the country that is organizing this kind of conference. So in here, we know that these people are finally accepting our terms. Well, not necessarily accepting our terms, but opening up to the debate and trying to listen to the people. What we do in AYCM is we try to bring the negotiators and bring the decision makers out of that political box, because there's a lot of tension going on. People and governments are not trusting each other. We're trying to make them look from another perspective. Hey, we're normal people, we're young people, and why don't you look at us again for the second time to realize what is actually going on? Because what goes on in there in the negotiation room does not necessarily represent what is going on in reality. I mean, the effects of climate change are devastators, is that what we say, to our economies, to our people, and especially the developing countries, of which most of them are Arab countries, are the ones that are going to be threatened a lot. And the industrialized states now, I don't know what their decisions are, but once they see that the Arabs or the MENA region and the other developing countries are shifting more, are going to pledge to find solutions for this issue, they are probably going to follow in, because it is going to be a shame if we see developing countries devoting their time, energy, and money to find solution for this, while the industrialized big states are not doing so.
And there's been so much coverage of the Arab region over the past couple of years. I guess it started in Tunisia with the Arab Spring. But do any of your friends say to you, Taki, look, let's worry about more important things. What are you worrying about climate change for?
Well, actually, we would not have created and established the AYCM if the Arab Spring did not happen. And yes, I agree with you. Everything is important. Education is important. Economy is important. And I tell you why climate change is now important. Because it is actually one of the factors that affects everything else. It is just a ripple effect. I mean, if we have that 2 degrees increase in the climate, the sea water will rise, and we will have millions of people affected throughout the MENA region. For example, in Algeria, we have the deforestation, and the sand keeps going up, and that takes up more agricultural lands. We have the forests burning up. We had a cyclone in the past 2 years in Oman, and we are going to see more of those in the coming future. And now that's why climate change is very important. That's why we need to take a look at it, and we need to take it seriously, because it's going to affect everything that is going on around it, and definitely going to affect the economy and the people.